Hey everyone, in today's video, we're going to say about AI stacking. It is a recent term which is evolving among AI developers in AI industry. People may get confused with ML ops, but ML ops is more of machine learning and managing its life cycle. But here, it is all about modern AI systems. For example, from data collection till the application layer. When I say application layer, it is the front end that you see and it's a user interface that people interact with. So let me just clearly give the overall flow of AI stacking. What is it and how the entire flow happens and what all this entire bundle is about. So data layer is your input. So when we feed the data, it may be from any sources and it is more of your use case data and you train, you feature extract it, you just build or pull the data from and you outsource the data after cleaning it or analyze it. So it is all about you and how you manage the data and you feed the entire data to it. So once you've fed, it should not be like pre-processed again. It should be like inbuilt and automated. So whenever you just build this entire data layer pipeline, it should happen and flow by its own. It is completely automated, and that's how you should start with the data layer. When I say infrastructure layer, you build with your memory and other technologies which is built for your application and which is required for your application, which you can afford or which you can bring or rent, anything it may be. So it is an infrastructure layer that you set up for your application, which is mandatory, and we cannot just skip this part. You can't just train the model without GPU, right? Even if you're like fine tuning any model, you need a GPU if you're like going on real time. So ML frameworks is which you decide for your application. The frameworks which is like giving all the features for your application, like the flexibility it is showing for your application. So PyTorch, TensorFlow, anything it may be, or you can download or get a model from Hugging Face, anything it may be. So choose your ML frameworks. So it is all should be in a flow and your model layer. So you write a code for your application here using your framework based on the infrastructure which is available and depends on the data. So you just write the code or you can use a direct LLMs for it to think and do. This model layer will have the agents or any frameworks that you wanted to have or called or tools, everything that should be included and defined. So that is how this model layer happens. So here I'm just given some of the speech and audio models, multi-models. So anything it may be that you need to specify or you can write from scratch. Orchestration and tools. So here it comes the LangChain, LangGraph or other frameworks which will orchestrate, organize your entire toolkit. It may be your agents or agents that is specified to call tools or any applications, web applications, anything it may be. So you're just going to orchestrate it so that it can execute in a flow, in cycle or in a step-by-step manner. Anything that you wanted in order. So orchestration requires when you are trying to build a complex or multifunctional models. So for that, we are using orchestration as a final step because we're just going to order it, right? We can't just jumble everything and confuse the model or confuse the interface. So when we orchestrate it, it will it will just do their job in order. It will be organized properly. Then at last, as we know, application layer, which is your user interface. It may be a bot, it may be a web page that you access, consume, or give, anything it may be. So that is your application layer at last that you connect with. Just for example, you give an input like an image or audio that you asked it to translate or transfer into something else. So that is your front end. So that is the application layer. And back end, all these things will happen. And because of this order, your complex model may seem fine. uh, Even if you wanted to change anything in between, you can just directly go there to any of these steps and change it. You won't have any confusion in it. So this is like not a life cycle, I would say, but a flow, AI stacking flow. So with this, you can actually build your application in order without distracting or compromise any of the steps. So that's how it's done. Next, I just need to compare that with an agent. So, agent is something which you give input and you define something. I mean, the perception, which means you're assigning a task for your agent, and it does the planning by giving tools and not protocol, but steps you give, and what all the measures or the expectations results that you wanted from your agent to execute it. And finally, uh, observation, which is like it reviews whether it is right or not by it, or the tools that you provided to check or to observe to make this decision. And finally, you get this. So it's a simple agent flow. But here in AI stacking, we build agent in model layer and orchestrate it with a framework like LangChain, LangGraph, or anything. And finally, you will have an application layer in it. But here it is just this process and it will have everything inside. So that is how it differs from AI agent and AI stacking. Stacking is huge. AI agent is in between AI stacking, which helps the entire system have a good flow. So that's all I have for today. I hope my video finds you well. So keep me posted. If you have any comments or questions, you can ask me anywhere, LinkedIn, Discord. I'm actually available. So yeah, that's all I have. Thanks, guys. Bye.